Good evening. I'm Sarah Cooper, Public Relations Officer and Senior Member of NHS. On behalf of the members of the chapter and our advisor, I would like to welcome inductees, families, special guests, and current members and their families to our annual induction ceremony. We are excited to recognize our current members and welcome our new members.
Good evening and welcome to the 2020 virtual induction of the Mount Gilead High School chapter of the National Honor Society. Let me be the first to congratulate our new inductees and their parents this evening. This is a wonderful honor and an obligation in order to uphold the scholastic, service, leadership, and character criteria for membership. Obviously, we all feel that you are worthy inductees and that each of you will represent Mount Gilead High School with pride and honor. Congratulations. I also have the wonderful privilege of introducing to you the current members of the Mount Gilead High School chapter of the National Honor Society. Co-presidents Dylan Jones and Brett Shipman, Secretary Allison Johnson, Treasurer Tyler Knight, Red Cross Representative Logan Trimmer, and Public Relations Emily Hanoff and Sarah Cooper. In addition, we have members Kylie Irwin, Olivia Millizer, Nathan Parsons, Caitlin Pfeiffer, Haley Sharp, Celia Shipman, Adriana Tinch, and Andrew Williamson. I also would like to recognize Mrs. Elizabeth Kohler, our new National Honor Society advisor, for her efforts to put together tonight's virtual celebration and her high expectations of our students. Again, welcome to our ceremony, and I hope that you enjoy your evening. Thank you.
The National Honor Society is both an honor and a commitment. Members must possess the qualities of leadership, service, and character, along with academics. Mount Gilead chapter was chapterized in 1967. Members must possess a grade point average of 3.5 in order to be considered initially. Applicants are submitted and are reviewed by a faculty committee. We will now explain in the 4 criteria for membership.
Scholarship means a commitment to learning. We should continue to learn even when our formal education has ended. For education ends only with life. Knowledge is one great element of life which leads to success that can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort.
Leadership can exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking initiative in class and school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others in the same objectives. The price of leadership is sacrifice, willingness to yield one's personal interest for the interest of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forth when others hesitate. No matter what power and resource may exist in a country, they are always ineffectual without the proper guidance of a leader. Leadership is always needed. This is a charge for all of our members and future candidates.
Character is the force within each individual which distinguishes that person from others. Without this quality, no one can hope to obtain the respect of others or themselves. It is the force of character which guides one through life, and one's developed grows steadily. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant action, striving always to make the right choices. Character demonstrates reliability, honesty, and sincerity.
Service can be described in various ways. In the routine of the day's work, many opportunities arise to help others. Willingness to work for the benefit of those in need, without monetary compensation or without recognition, is the quality we seek in our membership. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and abilities to the creation of a better tomorrow.
Good evening, I'm Olivia Millizer.
The Mount Gilead chapter of the National Honor Society is an active one, and tonight I would like to share with you the activities that we participate in throughout the year. On Thursday, November 12th and Friday, November 13th, current NHS members met with Ms. Kohler to finally induct our newest members to NHS. We went in search of these eligible NHS candidates, and once we made it to their classes and each candidate was greeted with a fanfare of noisemakers. After gathering, we met in the auditoria to watch a movie together and eat popcorn. This took place both days with each group. In keeping with the 4 areas of leadership, scholarship, character, and service, our chapter is involved in many activities. Each member must participate in projects throughout the year, both individually and with our chapter. Last year's members were able to still clock a sizable amount of hours, even with the challenges presented by COVID-19. Last year, our members co-sponsored several blood drives for the American Red Cross with our neighboring Mount Gilead Church of Christ. After tonight, more families will be added to our group, and we hope to see you at a future drive at the church. If anyone is interested in donating in the future, please contact a National Honor Society member or our advisor, Ms. Kohler, for information. For the holidays last year, we made cards for Woodside Nursing Home and had them delivered to spread home holiday cheer. All of our members will be meeting soon, and we will be planning more group activities for the rest of the school year. We're hoping that our new members will bring some more great ideas for other service projects this year, especially at a time when some of our service projects may be needed the most. Aside from all our service projects, we do have fun. Last year we had a Christmas party and gift exchange. Finally, each year in the spring, our NHS takes a field trip. Although last year was canceled, we are very hopeful for one later this year. Welcome to our new members. We look forward to working with you this year.
Good evening. I'm Dylan Jones. Brett Shipman and I are co-presidents of our National Honor Society. We have the privilege this evening to introduce our new members and our special guests. First, we have Gary Hartman, who will be speaking on behalf of Amara Miller.
Good evening. I would like to start by congratulating the students that have been inducted into the NHS this evening. Each of you have worked hard at school and in your community to receive this recognition. Job well done. I have the honor tonight of speaking on the behalf of Amara Miller. Amara has been in the Jobs for Highest Graduates program for all 4 years of high school. I remember this small, shy young lady walking into the room her freshman year, and I had to make sure I was pronouncing her name correctly, so I asked her. She spoke so quietly that I had to move close to her to hear what she had to say. I learned shortly after that day that she did not like to speak in front of her peers, not even to answer a question. Her face would turn bright red and she would really struggle to complete the answer. I thought to myself, well, this could be difficult. I am getting older and cannot hear well, and she is so shy she does not speak up. Therefore, I tried to set her close to my desk and talk to her a little each day so that we could become acquainted. Well, that led to a wonderful student-teacher relationship and friendship. I am happy to say that Amara has pushed herself to get out of that comfort zone. While she is still reserved about talking in front of others, she at least is willing to try. It took her until her sophomore year to get involved into the JOG competitions. That year, I was in need of students to put together the scrapbook and present it for our district competition. To my surprise, I had 4 students that volunteered, and Amara was one of those. I wanted to make sure that they all had the opportunity to present, so after talking to their girls, they agreed they could work together and present the book as a group. If you know Amara, you know she is a perfectionist. That sometimes can work very well for a group. This was the start of her developing her leadership skills, learning how to work with others that had different personalities, and practicing her public speaking. They did a great job and placed first at district. Then her junior year, she became more involved by decorating our Christmas parade float. She was willing to share her ideas, put in the time to make it look good, and get others in the class involved. Amara always puts her best foot forward. If she volunteers for something, she will follow through and make sure to give it her best. I have watched her grow in our Little Buddies program as well. She was willing to work with our students who needed a little extra push, who struggled in school or needed that friend to talk to. If she did not know how to reach them or how to help them, she asked for suggestions from the classroom teacher. She had a big heart for those kids, wanting to give them that extra push. I feel that this also helped Amara see that everyone learns differently and patience is important for helping others. This past spring, we were preparing for competition again. Amara and Lapita volunteered to put together the Service Learning Board for district competition. I was so proud of both of them for the time they had put into the presentation. They practiced by themselves and then with me, and of course I had some constructive criticism. Both Amara and Lapita took it well, practiced with other staff in the building, and had the presentation down, ready to win districts. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19, our district competitions were canceled. I know Amara was very disappointed, but never complained to me about the situation. She instead gained some extra practice on her public speaking, and for that I know she is grateful. Amara is a wonderful young lady. I have been blessed to have her in my class and get the chance to know her. Sarah and Tim, you should be very proud of Amara. She has values in her life that are important. She loves her family, and she is a hard worker. She will always make good decisions that will lead her to have a very successful life. Congratulations, Amara, on your induction into the National Honor Society. Job well done.
All right, and next up is Yanexi Rubio, who will be speaking for Lupita Rubio.
Good evening. My name is Yanexi Rubio. I am here today to talk about my sister, Lupita Rubio. Ever since Lupita was young, she was different than the rest of us. She was a very outgoing person. There was something different about her compared to the rest of the people her age. Growing up, Lupita would always find a way to achieve her goals. I remember when she challenged herself to become a better student. She would study all day long at the classes that she wasn't doing very well in, and sometimes skip dinner with the rest of the family just so she could get better grades. One of those classes that she wasn't doing very well in was in Spanish. When she didn't understand something, she would come to me for advice on the topic. At first, I never thought that she would become the student that she is today, but with time, she has proved me wrong. She went from asking for help to helping others. Lupita now helps Mrs. Aguirre teach Spanish to her fellow classmates. I couldn't believe that she has become better at speaking Spanish than me. I believe that Lupita would be a great candidate for National Honor Society because she works hard. I am so proud of the hard work she's put into school. Her hard work is paying off by being inducted into National Honor Society. Lupita is also a loving and caring person, not only for her family, but for her friends. She looks for the best in others and is always willing to help them. She will challenge herself and others to reach their full potential. Congratulations, Lupita. We are all so proud of you and everything you've accomplished.
Logan Chapman, speaking for Colson Chapman.
Good evening, everybody. I have the distinct pleasure this evening of getting to talk to you all about my younger brother, Colson Chapman. Now, I've known Colson for as long as he can remember, and was therefore very excited to get to talk to everyone about Colson in a way that he couldn't stop what I said. But I'll be nice. Colson, for those of you who don't know him, let me paint you a little picture. Colson, most of the time, is a very reserved, quiet, well-behaved kid. Most of the time. I'm sure if you get him with the right friends in the right situation, he'll become a much more animated kid than you can probably see right now. In fact, much of my memory of Colson has been him on the move. He's running somewhere, playing with some sort of ball, getting into something. He's always been going somewhere. And for as long as he can remember, I'm sure, he's always been the youngest of the four of us. So he's often been in a situation where he's been helping the rest of us to do things just because he was smaller and couldn't do them himself. And he's combined his ability to help and his just yearning for going and doing things very well. In fact, I think back to when our father coached track and field when I was back in high school and Colson was much younger than he is now. Colson was often the designated runner for results for the races that would happen. So he would imagine junior high race comes through, or a high school race comes through, and then they're all panting, and then you see a little kid in a big hat with a big rain jacket and a couple pieces of paper, just running up the bandstand to give the results to the press box so they can announce it and tally up the scores, and then running back down to the start-finish line so he could do it again for the next race, over and over, every home meet for several years. And that's much how I see Coulson going forward in the NHS. Not that he's going to be a little kid with a big hat and a rain jacket, but he's going to be a person that runs and does everything he can do to get the job done. I see good things in his future.
And next we have Lauren Hilsman, who will be speaking for Megan Clapper.
Good evening. Congratulations to my former students that have earned the right to be a part of this great moment tonight. And also congratulations to the current members for attempting year number 2 at such a great honor. My name is Lauren Hilsman, and I'm here to introduce Megan Clapper, who I refer to as Megahan. I find it extremely important to try to make sure I learn how to say and spell each of my students or athletes' names. That's how I tackle Megan. Sounding it out always made me remember that her mom and dad took every possible way of spelling Megan and combined it together. As human beings, if you want to form a close relationship with somebody, I figure you better start with their name first. I met Megan as a freshman. She was in our tiny science class that semester, which only had 12 students, and it was before COVID, so we all piled into the first 2 rows of my classroom and had a tight-knit class by the end of the semester. In class, Megan worked with all intentions in earning an A. However, although that A was her motivator, she was inquisitive, enjoyed the process of learning, and was willing to make mistakes if those mistakes helped aid her in her growth. I was joking with Megan the other day that unfortunately, one of the things she is best at is overthinking situations. If this was in class, that meant torturing herself because she was trying to be as close to perfection as she could be. However, as our class neared the end of the semester, she became more comfortable being uncomfortable. In athletics, that means agonizing why she wasn't running a season best time in a while or why she wasn't throwing as far as she could in track. She has learned that really the best way to learn is to dive in and allow yourself to see things from different perspectives and sometimes fall on your face. Let's see here. All you can do is try to get A's, but you can still flunk at life. There is no doubt that Megan excels at both. She gets A's and she doesn't flunk at life. She is studious and takes her lessons learned with her from the classroom to all of her parts of her life. As an athlete, I coach Megan on our cross country and track team. It is through these that she has been fortunate enough to have so many great memories. They say you can never have a second chance at a first impression. I know Megan would be disappointed if I didn't bring up my first impression of her. She knows exactly where I'm going with this because it makes her laugh every time I say it. At cross country camp Megan's freshman year, we were in small cabins with about 6 to 8 kids per cabin, and a coach was in charge of each group. Megan was in my cabin. The girls split 2 bedrooms with bunks, and I took the inflatable mattress in the living room each night. On one of the evenings of camp, the coaches decided we needed to meet as lights out drew near. When I returned to my dark cabin to prep my bed for the night, I had found it already inflated with my fitted sheet and sleeping bag neatly on top. How impressive that a freshman girl, who I hadn't known very long, was thoughtful enough to do something so great for somebody else. As a teacher and a coach, I feel it is my job to go to class and go to practice and help my kids learn about themselves. I want to help them gain confidence, teach them to be the best versions of themselves, to treat others the right way, and to help open their eyes to the impossible. I instantly connected with Megan that year at cross country camp. Her selflessness and kind heart made me want to spend time around her and help give back to her what she was giving to me. One of the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society is character. Character is evidenced by our daily choices. Are the tough choices worth it? Yes. While it might seem easier to slide through life without a purpose or without a code, without consequences, it wouldn't be fulfilling. Only by setting difficult goals and achieving them can we find true self-worth, and I never doubt Megan's character. As Coach K at Duke once said, making shots counts, but not as much as the people who make them. On our track team, yes, we want Megan to chuck that disc as far as she possibly can, but at the end of the day, it is just as cool to watch Megan be so invested in her cross-country team that although she's not in the top 7 runners this year, she still takes her Saturday to drive down to championship season to support her teammates. Megan is constantly putting herself after others. Congratulations, Megan, and all the other inductees. You are among a very special group at Mount Gilead High School. With that comes special responsibility. Continue to strive towards excellence, bringing others along with you. Thank you.
Next is Mike Holtzapfel, speaking for Joe Conrad.
Hi, I'm Mike Oldsappel, I'm a swim coach at Colonel Crawford. I've been at Colonel Crawford's about 30 years with the summer swim team, 18 years as the high school swimming coach, and just recently started a USA program after I retired from high school swimming. I'd like to introduce a Mount Gilead swimmer who has joined our USA program. He's been with us about 2 years. His name is Joel Conrad. Now, Joel is the type of swimmer that is known to show up early for practice. Actually, he's done that on a regular basis. And it's not unusual to see him stay after practice is over to work on extra things above and beyond. I have fun working with Joel because Joel seems to, he's a hard worker, and he likes to listen to ways to improve. And I'll suggest things to him, and we'll discuss them. And he does a very good job of trying to implement the ideas that we're working on. I've also noticed that Joel is a very good teammate. Even though he's a Mount Gilead swimmer and he's here in this kind of a foreign area with Colonel Crawford people, he's very supportive of his teammates and seems to cheer a lot for them and wish them well towards their own swimming goals. Additionally, we just had a swim-a-thon recently, and Joel came to that, and we had individual goals set up for how much money we wanted to gain, and Joel came in with 10 times what we asked him to bring in. So very proud of Joel and the way he works, the way he listens, and how attentive he is to the sport of swimming. And again, it's been a good experience to know Joel Conrad.
The next person is Anna Frazier, who will be speaking for Ella Frazier.
So I was tasked with giving a 2 to 3 minute speech about Ella Frazier. For those of you who don't know me, I am Ella's mom, Annie. My brother is a guy who regularly gives speeches, and my sisterly advice to him is always, don't try to be funny. You're never as funny as you think you are, and keep it short. No one wants to sit there and listen to you yap longer than necessary. So in that spirit, I'll try and keep my comments brief, but I can't promise that I won't try to be funny. First of all, congratulations to all who have been chosen to enter the National Honor Society this year. I did a little research, and the National Honor Society is founded on 4 different pillars. Pillars of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Anyone who has been around our family for more than a hot minute knows that when kids, whether they're mine or someone else's, leave my presence, they are told one thing: make good choices. Does that mean that you need to make perfect choices? No. Does it mean if you make a bad choice that we won't love you? No. Does it mean if you choose to stand on the roof of someone's car that you'll get grounded? Ella Frazier? No, she did not get grounded, although according to her Instagram, it appears that she's developed a pattern of behavior, shall we say. And that perhaps good choices are not being made. So I might have to go back and reevaluate those car standing moments. Bad choices, Ella. So what does that mean? What does good choices mean? Honestly, what it means is up to the recipient of the words. It's different for each person that hears it. For our family, it means to make choices that are consistent with our core values. Ella gets quite frustrated with me. This is a frustrated Ella, if you've never seen it. Ella gets quite frustrated with me when I won't tell her how to draw conclusions from her situation and from her choices. I will often tell her that if someone always tells you how to think and what to think, you'll never discover for yourself what good choices look like for you. If you did not know Ella when she was little, you may not know that she was quite shy, and it took her a minute to loosen up around new people. She came home from the first day of school, and I asked her how it was. She said it was okay. I asked her if she made any new friends, and she said that no one talked to her all day long except Mrs. Porter. I asked her if she had talked to anyone and tried to be friendly, and she said no. I asked her why she expected the other kids to do all the work and create friendships for her. She didn't say anything, but chose to digest it in her brain instead. This is a true Ella trait that she carries with her today. Time went on, and she started to come out of her shell more, and in January of that year, I asked Ella if she would like to have a tea party with some friends. She said that she would, and I asked her if she knew who she wanted to invite. She thought, and I could see her brain kind of twirling and whirling around in there, and she asked how many. I countered with, "What's the rule in our house?" And she said, "There's always room for one more." And I said, "Well, then I think that you have your answer, so what do you want?" And she said, "I want all of them. I don't want someone to not be invited and be sad." So she had a tea party. She may not enjoy that I make her come to her own conclusions and think her way through a decision, but someday it will make her a more effective leader. When you care about others, you don't mind volunteering your hands for service. Ella doesn't always like being voluntold to commit her time to civic-minded tasks, like when your mom tells you that she signed you up to raise money in a superhero-themed obstacle race, or that you need to grab a few friends and walk in 95-degree heat in a Memorial Day parade to hand out 250 flyers for a summer reading program at the library. But volunteering can be fun with the right mindset. With regards to the scholarship pillar of National Honor Society, I will say that every single kid I know is more than a test and more than a grade in a spreadsheet, more than ability to fit into a mold that others decide for you. Commit to be a lifelong learner instead of worrying about a grade in a paper. Now, my brother would likely tell me that I've yapped too long and tried too hard to be funny with little success, so that means it's time to wrap it up. Congratulations, Sweet Pea, on your selection.
Our next guest is Galen McLeod, speaking for Asia Jones.
Asia, congratulations on your induction to the National Honor Society. Over the past 5 years as your pastor, I've seen you go from being a shy and quiet individual to someone who is now asking amazing and sometimes really funny questions about God, working with kids, praying for people after service. But whatever you do, do not forget that it is who you are as a person that makes you so special and so unique. Don't ever lose that. Protect your heart, and you're going to do amazing and great things. Well done on studying to show yourself approved. Continue to do so. Congratulations again, Asia.
And next we have Diana Kemp, who will be speaking for Ethan Kemp.
Ethan Kemp is an exceptional candidate for the National Honor Society. From early on, he has brought home awards for his grades and attendance, such as many perfect attendance ribbons, numerous principal roll and honor roll certificates in grade school and middle school. When it came to high school, it was attaining the superintendent's academic honor roll quarter after quarter. Ethan always strives to do his best, and it shows in his completed assignments and projects. He is the most kind and caring student you will come across. More than one of his teachers have told me in the past they wish they could clone him because of his attitude in the classroom and attention toward his schoolwork. You can see Ethan's value of integrity by the choosing of his circle of friends. You will not find a better group of kids. Ethan is very responsible. He is always the rule maker instead of the rule breaker. He is also driven, and when he puts his mind to doing something, he gets it done. One thing, for instance, is getting his driver's license during a pandemic. He was able to complete his classes in person and the in-car and get his license a day before school started this year. To me, that shows determination. Ethan is sports-minded. He has played soccer, football, basketball, baseball, and cross country. Baseball was a passion for 11 years until cross country took over. He has worked his way up to holding a varsity position on the team. When something needs done, Ethan is always willing to lend a helping hand, whether it be around the house or in the community. When Ethan was in Boy Scouts, he put in many community service hours. When in baseball, the field would need prepared before the game, so he would volunteer to help. To sum things up, Ethan is a model student.
Next is Randy Mann, who will be speaking for Anna Morocco.
Hello, I'm Randy Mann, and I'm the choir director at Mount Gilead Schools. I've been asked to introduce to you the next candidate into the National Honor Society. What a pleasure and true privilege this is for me. To me, this individual reminds me most of the main character in the little book, The Engine That Could. This may give you some insight into the type of books I read. Don't tell her it will be hard. She doesn't mind. Don't tell her that it will take some time to master. She will stay with it. Don't tell her she can't because she can, and don't tell her she won't because she will. The progress she has made in her singing goes beyond technique. It goes to the heart of what is the strength of this individual. They change their own self-concept of what they are and what they could achieve. 95% of people are set in the way they see themselves and are not able to grow past the self-imposed limit. Not her, no way. Somehow, someone, somewhere along the line has instilled in her the notion of, I think I can be this. I think I can do this. I think I can. I think I can. It is with great pride that I introduce you to Miss Anna Morocco.
And next we have Sue Williamson, who will be speaking for Riley McCoy.
Hello, my name is Susan Williamson, and I'm here to speak for Riley McCoy. I have known her for a very long time. The first time when we met, she was in the 7th grade. She was terrified to talk to me. I guess I can come across as scary sometimes. As we talked and got to know each other better, she relaxed and opened up to me more. I discovered that not only was Riley a sweet young lady, but she was bright, hardworking, and full of love. She had a very kind heart. That doesn't mean she didn't have a tough side. We attended kickboxing together, and to be honest, I was more than happy to let her mom be her partner. She was a very strong young lady. I had also had the pleasure of getting to know her during our church youth group meetings. Watching her grow spiritually was something that I loved being a part of. It showed again the depth of Riley's feelings for others. I don't think Riley knows quite how much of a blessing she is to those around her. She's a wonderful person with her friends and very loyal. I have seen her tears when her friends hurt and felt an ache in my own heart when I see her hurting. To Riley, you asked me to speak for you because I made an influence in your life. To be honest, you made an influence and impact in mine as well. I love you, Riley, and I can't tell you how proud I am of you. Congratulations.
Our next guest is Lauren Hilsman, who will be speaking for Michaela McGill.
What a fun opportunity to be selected to introduce one of the most determined young women I have ever met, Michaela McGill. Few will know this, but Michaela is my hair twin. Our hair is a little like our personalities, determined to do our own thing and a little wild. My name is Lauren Hilsman, and I have had the honor to be Michaela's freshman science teacher, track and cross country coach, and fellow racing rival. I quickly got to know Michaela her freshman year when she joined our cross country team. Michaela started out her running career running a 5K in 45 minutes to the dash of dusk. For those that do not know very much about running, a 45-minute 5K is like a speed walk. It's not super impressive. Her improvement that year was astonishing though, and still is. She ended this season as the 8th fastest girl to ever run at Mount Gilead High School, putting her amongst an elite group of young women. I also got to know Michaela as a student that year in my freshman science class. However, I got to know the back of her head more quickly than her academic capabilities. As soon as we moved Michaela to the back row, so that every time she turned around, she had nobody to talk to, we started to see so much academic progress in Michaela. With Michaela, you kind of just have to figure out how she ticks. As a student, Michaela pays great attention to detail. She has immense curiosity and is not just out there to earn the A. She enjoys asking questions and traveling down the wormhole of the unknown, oftentimes taking you off topic. She's also a team player, as she is a great partner to have in a group project, always carrying her load and helping set and raise standards. If you can raise the level of effort and performance around you, you are officially a leader, or at least that's what a pretty successful coach named Urban Meyer says. I think being a good leader is a learned skill and not something you are born with. I have seen Michaela with her peers, and the coolest thing is that her expectations for herself, whether in the classroom or in her sports, are just as high for them as they are for herself. One of the 4 pillars of NHS is everyday leadership. I think this is where Michaela shines. I wouldn't call Michaela's leadership style typical. She's often loud and in your face, but there is something about how she connects with people that makes you know she is genuine and wanting to help you. Everyday leadership is carrying yourself with dignity and taking ownership and responsibility for your actions. Having an official title isn't necessary. although she has served as team captains. Everyday leadership is taking action and taking responsibility, and I never doubt that from Michaela. Michaela, I know you wish I was complimenting this awesome recognition for this elite group with an awesome trip to South Carolina with me and our puppies, Murphy and Hank. Unfortunately, that can't happen. I also know that you think that you're faster than me, but you're not. So far in our rivalry, you've beat me at the dash of dusk, where you taunted me as you passed me by the church. However, I beat you this year in the 6-lap versus 8-lap race, and you didn't even toe the line in our 2-mile time trial. I'd like to add one more thing to the list that I'm better at than you. I also beat you into being inducted into National Honor Society, as I was inducted in the fall of 2003. However, Michaela, you're still an awesome young human being, and I am so proud to call you my almost friend when you graduate. Congratulations, Michaela, and also to all the other previous students being inducted tonight or already in NHS. Thank you for stepping to the plate and accepting the importance of your academics, character, leadership, and service. I am so proud of what this makes you. Your tunnel vision towards your goals and your willingness to take others along with you towards excellence is what makes you somebody I admire, Michaela. Congratulations.
Our next speaker is Gary Stevens, who will be speaking for Grace Meyer.
Hello, my name is Gary Stevens. I was asked to take a couple minutes and say something about someone I hold very dear to my heart. Before I do that, I'd like to congratulate each student that received a letter from the National Honor Society. Just receiving the letter has shown that you have put forth great effort and applied yourself to learning. I encourage you to continue. It will help you prepare yourself to enter this world of adulthood that takes no mercy on anyone. Now for the task at hand. This young lady that I want to talk about stole my heart just over 16 years ago. At a big 4 pound, 8 ounces when she entered this world as a preemie, requiring a lot of special attention. From that time on, she has been my little Gracie. Wow, how the times have changed. She is now over 6 foot tall, headstrong, requires and desires no attention. She is even a little shy, but given a task to do or something new to learn, and she has that under control and ready to run with it. She has not always had the best of or had an easy life due to a broken home, but she has adapted and overcome. She has a great love for her church and looks to Jesus for her guidance. She will be a great asset to the National Honor Society as she is to our family. I'm proud to be her grandpa and very proud of the young lady that she has become. It is the young people with this caliber of wisdom and a desire to help others that will lead our community when it is their time to step up. It is my privilege to share this information with you. Not everyone has the opportunity to brag on one of their own on a big stage, but I have my little Gracie, and I will share her with you. God bless you all that strive to do. God bless in all that you strive to do, Grace. Remember, we put limits on ourselves. Reach for the stars. The sky is your limit. Grandpa.
Our next guest is Jason Mosher, speaking on behalf of Caden Mosher.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm Caden Mosher's dad, and I was asked to introduce him for National Honor Society. Caden's always done a really good job at school, and we're really proud of him. He's the oldest of our 4 children, and we got a little worried because we've had to move a couple times since Caden's been in school, but he adjusted really well. We're really proud of you, Caden. Congratulations.
Our next speaker is Morgan Murphy, who will be speaking for Molly Murphy.
Hello everyone, my name is Morgan Murphy and I'm speaking for my little sister Molly Murphy in her induction into the National Honor Society. Molly is someone who's always held herself to high standards in and out of school. She's one of the most driven, determined, and smartest people I've ever known, and I'm beyond privileged to be speaking on her behalf for the amazing person that she is. Molly is someone who's always reached new heights in school, and getting inducted into the National Honor Society is a new height I know she is proud to have reached. There are so many things that can be used to describe Molly, and while thinking about what to say about her, 3 things come to mind. 1 being her stubbornness, 2 being the perfectionist that she is, and 3 her commitment to learning. Molly has always been a stubborn person, refusing to change her attitude or position on something, being very willful. To many, this may be seen as a bad attribute, but this is one of her best qualities. Her stubbornness makes her passionate. It shows her passion for school, what she believes in, and how she'll fight to get where she wants to be in life. This quality is something that shows her voice is worth hearing. Her stubbornness has helped her persevere in and out of school, whether she's studying for her next math test or she's on the volleyball court. This is one of the things that has gotten Molly into the National Honor Society. The second quality that comes to mind is her being a perfectionist. For Molly, everything has to be perfect. There is no room for mistakes. This trait shows Molly's high standards, pushing herself to do the very best and to keep moving forward. Being a perfectionist gives her better attention to detail, going the extra mile and adding details most people wouldn't even think about putting. Being a perfectionist means not turning anything in until her very best work is done, looking everything over, double-checking every problem, and nothing short of absolute excellence. Putting in this extra work and commitment shows Molly's dedication to school and her enthusiasm for learning. The third quality is her best. It is a quality that has opened many doors with endless possibilities. This quality is her commitment to learning. For school, it is something that always came easy to Molly. Learning is something she's always loved to do. In and out of school, she's always learning, always doing something to further her knowledge about the world and the world around her. This quality shows her dedication to see the world around her, to gain knowledge of new things, to gain knowledge of new ideas. This trait is something she should hold on to, and it's something she should never lose. It gives her endless wonder to the world. These 3 qualities show her endless determination, perseverance, and her overall intelligence, and the amazing person that Molly truly is. They are all part of what makes her motivated, makes her the person she is today. If I have any advice to give to her, it would to never be lose your drive for learning, to keep your sense of passion and willfulness. I know that I'm truly honored to be speaking for you, and you have made Mom, Dad, and I very proud for what you've accomplished, and we all cannot wait to see what you'll achieve in this wonderful life you're living in.
And next we have Bonita Nauman speaking for Cassidy Noble.
Hello, my name is Bonita Nauman, and today I have the honor and privilege to introduce Cassidy Noble. I've known Cassidy since the day she was born. You see, I've had the double blessing of being her aunt and later of having her as a student in my 5th grade class. From the time Cassidy was a child, she has been curious to learn more about the world around her. She always wanted to find ways to share her knowledge with others and did so by performing songs or plays, writing reports, or telling you all about her latest find. Her quest for learning has continued throughout her school career. She's always worked hard to do her best and to achieve to her fullest potential. She sets goals and then she focuses on the path she needs to follow to achieve them. Today, Cassidy has reached her goal of becoming a member of National Honor Society. She's grown into a wonderful young woman who excels at whatever she chooses to do in life, and I'm sure that her focus, tenacity, and strong work ethic will continue to serve her well. I'm very proud of her, and I am excited to see where the future takes her. She is much loved and continues to make us all proud. Congratulations, Cassidy.
Next is Randy Mann, who will be speaking for Mackenzie Sitters.
Hello, I'm Randy Mann, and I'm the choir director at Mount Gilead High School. It is my honor and delight to introduce to you the next candidate for induction into the National Honor Society. I've known this person since she was in junior high, where she caught my attention due to her ability to hear and sing the alto part when all 4 parts are being played. Even more surprising is that she was not a band student. She immediately became a leader in her section and has remained one since. I tell the stories about training dolphins. You don't all have to train all 8 dolphins to go through the hoop. You just have to be patient and accidentally catch one go through the hoop, reward it, The other dolphins see that's what you do to get a fish, and they all jump through the hoop. But if not one dolphin goes through the hoop, you're stuck. And that's kind of like the choir and the alto section. If one person can't find it, if not even one, they all just languish. But she was my first dolphin in her section. She has a great sense of humor and can dish it and take it out with equal ability. She's always respectful, helpful, and willing to work beyond what is required. I have some issues remembering names, and so I've called her by her last name from the very start. Sometimes I didn't even get that correct. How ironic is it that I'm now called upon to introduce her? While she may not currently have a hook for a hand, I'm sure there is a smile upon her face and a light in her eyes as I introduce you all to Mackenzie Sitters.
Our next speaker is Jake Hayes, who will be speaking for Michael Snopik.
I would first like to say congratulations to all the new NHS inductees, and a special thank you to Mrs. Kohler for working so hard to arrange for these students to be recognized in spite of the many challenges that we're faced with COVID-19 currently. It is my pleasure to introduce Michael Snopik as one of the new members of the Immaculate NHS program. My name is Jake Hayes, and I have been Michael's cross-country and track coach for the last 2.5 years. When Michael first joined our high school program, he came to us from the middle school, and we were very excited as he was the middle school conference champion in cross-country and showed a great deal of potential as an 8th grader. Most of that promise went out the window Michael's first meet his freshman year, when he showed up 30 minutes before the race after an orthodontist appointment and had drank a milkshake 45 minutes prior. 90-degree weather, and about 20 minutes later, we were a little nervous about how great of an athlete Michael Snopik was going to be. One of the perks of coaching Michael, however, is not just his natural ability and competitiveness, but his ability to enjoy himself and to help the others around him enjoy practices as well. He will often ask, when does the actual workout start, in the middle of a tough session, or make some random your mom joke at one of the other athletes, coaches included. His ability to diligently work towards a goal while still enjoying the process is a very special quality. He has started to develop into a serious student and a serious athlete, and I'm very happy that he decided to push himself to join the NHS. I hope to see Michael continue to push himself towards difficult things and continue to impress himself and those around him as he achieves a lot of things in life. Academically, it's very easy to get complacent and just pass the class or skate through with minimal effort, especially during COVID. And I'm glad that Michael has continued to apply his core values to his academic and athletic growth. Being a member of the National Honor Society is not just an achievement to put on a college resume or job application, but a way of presenting yourself during your time as a student and as a member of society. Take your obligations seriously and live in such a way that represents your school, your community, your family, and your faith well. I hope that Michael never loses his sense of humor, his strong work ethic, and his care for those around him. Michael will be a great addition to the NHS program. Again, congratulations, Michael, and the rest of the 2020 NHS inductees.
Our next guest is Nate Smith, who will be speaking for Becca Staley.
Good evening. I am Mr. Nathan Smith, and I'm here to introduce Becca Staley as a new member of the National Honor Society here at Mount Gilead High School. Becca is a wonderful student who really brings a breath of fresh air to our classes every day. You always know where you're going to stand with Becca. She's a member of the FFA, and the farm and agricultural life is very important to her. She's a pleasure to have in class and does a lot of great things for us here, and I'm excited to see what the future holds and what she'll do here at Mount Gilead High School. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Amanda Briggs, who will be speaking for Madison Swally.
Hi, my name is Amanda Briggs. I am the varsity cheer coach for Mount Gilead. Today it is my honor to introduce one of my cheerleaders. As a coach, Maddie is the type of athlete you wish you could fill your entire team with. She doesn't just want to be on the team, she wants to make the team better. She wants to be great. Everyone wants to win, but not everyone always wants to put in the extra work to be a winner. That has never been the case with Maddie. She is one of my hardest workers and greatest assets on the team. She thrives on helping others and isn't afraid to push herself even when she's tired and she wants to quit. She pushes through. She has such a bright future ahead of her, and I can't wait to see where it takes her. Congratulations, Maddie, you earned it.
And our final guest speaker, Don Steiger for Gabe Wallace.
My name is Don Steiger. I have known Gabe Wallace his entire life.
He is a very intelligent and driven young man. I know when he learns about something, he knows it completely down to the smallest detail. Listening to him makes me realize just how much he is involved with school, classwork, the community, and national events. He is up on all the latest technology and current affairs. He is a very hard worker at school, needing to be challenged. He works hard when asked to do so. Physical labor for helping others. Gabe is very good at doing whatever you need done. Gabe would make a very good representative for the Honor Society. Thank you, Gabe, for being such a good young man.
At this time, all new members will sign the official NHS roster, light an individual candle, and recite the National Honor Society pledge.
I pledge to uphold
the high purposes
of the National Honor Society,
to which I have been selected.
I will be true to the principles
For which it stands.
I will be loyal to my school and will
Maintain.
and encourage the high standards
of
scholarship, leadership,
service,
and character.
The National Honor Society members and our advisor would like to thank family and guests for sharing this special occasion. We look forward to working together to make a positive impact on our community. Again, thank you for coming to this event.